nicer than the guillotine, which is so disgusting. So when Ian disappeared, Joy went away and left only Division. New name, new order, new career, new hits. That you know about if you're interested in independent charts. But not only because, for example, in the United States, Quincy Jones himself remixes and sells the New Order records on his own label, Q West. We met them in Manchester with its fog, rain and red bricks at the Hacienda, the trendy clubhouse.
Unlike the urban side of England's self-appointed second city, at least 3 out of 4 members of New Order seem to enjoy its countryside. Maybe this has got something to do with their growing dislike of rock and roll. After all,
rock music was great, but then it did everything. And now it just repeats itself and repeats itself and pretends that it's something new. And I find it interesting that they were using very straight songs and very drug-influenced production or wacky production on these really straight songs, and it was an interesting area to move into, you know. But we never said we had something to say.
Having put the emphasis on graphics and a somewhat mysterious image, New Order may still surprise some when they learn that one of them is actually a female, especially when she's not one of those folk singers the charts have been enjoying of late.
I think it's good that there's a lot of women starting to play instruments and instead of just singing, because people always think I'm a singer if they don't know the group. But now, because there's a lot of girls singing and playing and everything, I think it's really good. I think girls just get put off because they think it's too technical, but I think things are changing.
Techniques is the title of New Order's forthcoming album to be released in January. In the shelter of his very high-tech home studio, Steve the drummer tells Rapido all about it.
At the start, it was initially recorded in Ibiza, and I think that's probably had a lot of influence on the basic sound of the record, because there was a lot of these Balearic beats or whatever. I still don't know what a Balearic beat is, but that sort of scene had a deep effect on us. That and the sun, the sea, the swimming pool, and the all-night bar. You know, they're probably the major influences, which are all human things.
For factory boss and TV personality Tony Wilson, this new album will maintain New Order very much ahead of the crew.
I think like any great pop group, they've matured with their audience. It's the mark of a great pop group. They've matured, they've changed, they've developed styles. They've matured fine. And they've finally learned how to make an album. I mean, they learned how to make singles about 3 singles in, but I feel they've just learned how to make albums this year. So they've got a lot to learn yet. Like how to get up and tour. They don't come to France very often. Have you noticed that?
By far the most physical of the group, Pete gives Rapido a glimpse of what could have happened to Joy Division had fate decided to keep it going in its original lineup.
I think pretty much the same thing has happened to U2. I think a lot of the time in my mind, U2 took all like the rock from Joy Division and developed it. And that maybe was what we could have achieved. I mean, we've achieved a lot in a different way, which was quite interesting as New Order and Joy Division. But I think U2 are the nearest band I can see to Joy Division.
I am usually hard-pressed to name 10 exportable French groups.